obviously something I've been spending a lot of time thinking about. And in fact, you mentioned that we brought in Ambassador Pickering last semester. So we've been trying to maintain a little bit of a dialogue about this, the Austin School has. And, you know, it's really a strange situation, because the argument that Netanyahu and Trump have been making is that Iran will be able to get the nuke after 10 years, which we're already 3 years into the deal, so it'd be in 7 years. So that's actually not quite accurate. So it is true that in 7 years, provisions of the deal will start to go away, and at that point, if Iran wanted to, they could begin working on the nuke, but it's very unlikely that they would be able to finish the project until all the provisions went away of the deal, and that would be in about 12 years. So if Iran decided to start working on the nuke in 7 years, it would probably take them 5 years to break out. Now, one of the weird intel things that you kept hearing before the Iran nuclear deal was that Iran was days from getting the nuke, months from getting the nuke, years from getting the nuke. But, you know, we kept hearing this every year for a decade. And so I'm dubious as to how accurate the intel is. But, you know, the general consensus was Iran was somewhere between 6 months to a year from getting the nuke. So by doing the nuclear deal, we've postponed Iran for 15 years. So this idea that we should end the deal because it doesn't prevent Iran from ever getting the nuke is really strange. It's the equivalent of saying, I smoke because I'm going to die anyway. Play Russian roulette because I'm going to die anyway. It makes no sense. And I've been thinking about, you know, what's the best possible thing, or what's the worst possible thing? Iran gets a nuke in 15 years. That's 15 years that we didn't have to deal with a nuclear Iran. That's 15 years that we bought humanity. I mean, at the end of the day, isn't that really what all a peace activist is doing, is trying to postpone wars? Because as long as we have states, and as long as we have capitalism, and as long as we have unequal distribution of wealth in the world, states have every incentive to conduct wars against each other when they have the ability to. So, you know, there's sort of a strange doublethink going on, I think, in the community that doesn't want this Iran nuclear deal to happen. Trump has had to confirm the deal twice now. And, you know, this will be his third time. He's supposed to do it every 6 months. And both times he said he was going to end the deal. And then, of course, he ended up saying, no, we're going to keep it going. According to the UN, according to the EU, and according to the White House, according to the United States, Iran is in compliance with the deal. So if he breaks the deal, he will be breaking it despite the fact that Iran has done nothing to warrant the deal being broken. Now, the European Union has stated that the European Union will stick to the deal terms if Iran does, even if the United States breaks it.
Right. And Iran is friends as well, right?
Right. And Iran has said both, that they will keep the deal going, that they don't need the United States to be a part of it, and Iran has also said they will definitely break it if the United States leaves. So, you know, what Iran does is completely unclear. We really don't know. What I think is really interesting is that Trump has said he's going to talk to Korea by the end of this month, North Korea. And he sort of indicated that it'll be somewhere on the 21st, between the 21st and 28th, to make a deal. Well, it's impossible for me to believe that you could meet with North Korea for 2 days and walk away with a peace deal. But even if all they did was renegotiate the past peace deals and just re-sign them, why would North Korea ever agree to make a nuclear disarmament deal with the United States with us unilaterally breaking the deal that we have with Iran? Yeah. So from a diplomatic standpoint, this is a nightmare. It's a catastrophe. I can't for the life of me figure out why you would break a deal like this, other than you're gunning for a war. Like, I mean, I think that's clearly what Israel wants, right? Israel wants us to break the deal so that Iran decides to go ahead and make the nuke, and then that triggers a war with them. But then, of course, that asks the question, why?